Hi guys, so today's question is an interesting question. The employees that worked on the longest task. Okay, so this has been solved and it weighs 78% of the submissions and the memory 19.34 of the submissions. So let me take to your description. It has an interesting description. So you are given as n employees and the logs. Okay, you are given a 2D integer array of logs where logs I is equal to ID and leave time. So this is the ID of the employee. It should be inclusive less than equal to 10 and it is the leave time. So the first 0th person with ID 0 has leave time of 3. So you will ask me what is the start time. Start time of the first ID, it can be any ID, that is 0. So he has worked from the 0 to 3. Okay. The second person has end time of 5. Okay. As you see the leave time. So the starting time is the leave time of the previous employee. So he has worked for 5 minus 3, that is for 2 hours. So we have to find return the ID of the employee that has worked the longest time. So here is the twist: if there is a tie between two or more employees, return the smallest ID among them. Okay, that's why one test case was failing here. That was very interesting test case I will show you. So let me take to a simple example. So starting from this task 0, starting from 0 to end time is 3 for the ID person 0. So it has taken 3 units of the time. Similarly, person 5 has taken 3 minus 5 or 5 minus 3 we can say, that is 2 units. Similarly, the 0th ID of the person task 2 started at time 5 and ended at time 9. Okay, so he has taken the 4 unit of time. Similarly, 15 minus 9, the person 1 has taken 6 units of time. Okay, so this is simple that you have to return 6. So the longest time, the task with the longest time is task 3. Okay, and we have to return its ID. Okay, the ID of the person that has worked for the longest hours, plus there is a situation where you have to return the smallest ID if there is a time. So let me show you one example, two examples. So this is the time. The 0th person started at 0 and he has taken 10 hours. Similarly, second person has also taken 20 minus 10, 10 hours. So I will return 0 because the ID is lower than the second person's ID. Similarly, one summation I will show you. This summation, the first person, the 36th person, has the work time of 3 minus 0, and this person has a work time of 8 minus 5. So the 36 ID is greater than 12 ID. So I will return 12, not 36. This is the condition which you have to consider in your code. So let me take your example. So given the logs, I have taken the rows and columns. I have taken an K and the ID in which I will return my answer. Okay. I have taken the max value to the integer dot main value, that is something in minus. So this is not needed. So I've taken a list. I will tell you why. So I've added list of zeros because I don't know how many array length will go. So I will take on the list. So I've added initially 0 because the first person has a starting time of 0 and ending with 3. So I've created a 2D array. So I have to collect these values, last value 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, 12, and 14 in order to calculate every person's time. So when I came here, so first I have added 0, then I added 3, then I have seen that the 3 minus the last list, that is 0, 3 minus 0, so the first person has working time of 3. So it is greater than max. Obviously it is will be greater than max because max is the smallest value in the integer, that is in the minus. So it will store in the max value and I have stored the ID of that person. That is the this one. Okay, so column minus 1, row will remain the same. Okay, so and what I have done for the person which have the same ID, I have written another if statement, that is if it equal to max and previous person ID is greater than the uh, which I have collected. So I have given the same condition. I have saved that person to the ID and max, always it will remain the max will remain the same because we have equal to the max. So this is the condition where it will fulfill that the difference in the working hour 2% is same, but the ID is we have to take the smallest one. So I've taken the smallest person ID by comparing here another if statement inside the if that the ID of the previous person is greater. So I have to store the latest ID, that is 12. Now I am incrementing the k to get the latest in the list. So when it will come to 5, the list will contain 3, not 0, because it has incremented. Okay, so this is a simple question.